guys, it's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, baby, representing Team Kings of Games. Today we're going to be doing can Magical Musketeers break a 6 negate board? It's the same board with one extra card, well, an extra skill, extra card added to it that I used against the Shadals. Can Shadals break a 6 negate board? You guys should definitely look at the video. Can Shadals break a 6 negate board? Shadals did do it multiple times. There were hands when they couldn't do it. It is 6 negate, so it's not like a consistent thing you're going to see. But what you really want to see is, can your deck do it without Dark Roll No More, without Super Poly, without Spear Mode, without things of that nature? The cards that make it really, really easy, practically free. You know, we're just trying to see if we can do it with a chronological sequencing where you have to really, really think and plan out your hand instead of, oh, Dark Roll No More. All right, I can just play Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. You know, everybody says that. People are always going to counter with the argument of Dark Roll No More, but you're not drawing Dark. People act like Dark Roll No More is just at 10 or something. It's a 3 of. It's realistic that you may or may not see it, but if you don't see it, what can you do, right? So that's what we're going to find out with muskets. So I'm going to power shuffle so you guys don't think that 3 stacks is stacking, and then I'm going to do random hands, and whether they break the board or not, we're just going to see. We'll do a few. I'm also going to try this out with neck rolls and with Herald of Perfection, you know, because, you know, you guys feel about Heralds. I know people think that Heralds are not really that good going second. With Heralds, I kind of want to go easier on them, but I'm going to probably have to just put the same board, you know, the same 6 negate board for Heralds and see if they can pull it off too. I think with Muskets and even with Heralds too, your spell activations matter more. And in some other decks, the monster effect activations matter more. So Appaloosa is going to put in work no matter what, but for certain decks that you may be using, Appaloosa could just be really, really annoying, especially with like all these other cards you have to worry about. So let's see what we're drawing, you guys. Alright, so we got a Caspar and a Star. Okay, that's already too many. That's 3 mini muskets. Okay, Desperado. Oh, that's not looking good. Evenly matched. 4 musketeers in our opening hand. Great. Wonderful. I mean, you want muskets, but dang, that's a lot of them. So I don't even see needing a battle phase. So obviously, you just go straight to battle phase, in battle phase evenly. I'd use Endymion on a Spell or Trap, save my Omni Negate because it matters more, so Endymion's going to bounce. You know, I'm just going to keep that there, but it's just going to be sideways. Negate the evenly, main phase 2. The next thing you do is you're going to, I'd say normal summon Kid Brick, he's pretty big. And then activate Desperado on his column. What I would do, anything you target, it's going to get negated no matter what. But I would target the Appaloosa. And obviously Vortex would respond, negating the Desperado, and then you lose because you don't have any other follow-ups. So that hand just had way too many Musketeer monsters in it. Preferably 2 is like, you know, the heaviest. The lineup should be 14 muskets, 3 Kid, 3 Dot, 3 Caspar, 3 Star, 1 Calamity, and also 1 Wild, so 14. But dang, we drew 4 of them things. It would have been nice if we have, what, 3 Desperado, 3 Crossstones. I think we have a balance of the muskets and the musketeers. So let's see what this hand's looking like. Starfire, Forbidden Chalice. Steady hands actually might be useful because we could pump her up to 26 to actually beat over the Appaloosa. A Dock, a Desires. Let's go! A Desperado. Okay, 2 is like still a lot of muskets, but hey, this might end up working out. So what I do here is on standby, I would just shotgun the Chalice. I'd just be like, look, we're not playing no games. Chalice, Endymion's reset. So what I did was I slapped this board together. I didn't literally play the hand out to make it. So Endymion right now doesn't have counters. He has cards to hold counters to negate. So we're going to Chalice targeting him, force him out. Bounce that. Endymion's done for. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to normal summon our Starfire. We're going to activate Desperado, not in her column, we're not doing that yet. We're actually going to go ahead and target the Vortex, just force out the Vortex. That's what we're trying to bait. Vortex is going to get baited. He has to, or he could just die. So he negates Desperado. Chalice had to get negated by Indy. I would not use Vortex to protect Indy from something he can protect himself from. This is Omni Negate. It matters more. This card can only hurt spells or traps, so you kind of just want to keep your Omni. So the most important negates have been dealt with. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and just follow up with Desire, saving my steady hands in hand, steady hands in hand, because I'm not going to put anything in her column yet. I don't want to use her effect yet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They will not be able to respond this time. I don't even feel like adding stacking counters. That's just going to take longer. So I'm going to draw 2. So another Starfire, not helpful. Evenly matched. Man, maybe hindsight, I should have waited before I normal summoned that daggone Starfire. Hindsight, right? You probably just want to, since we're not even needing her, I wish I could take that back, because this evenly is so helpful right now. It really is, because I could just evenly, but then Max loses value. So I think, dang, if we didn't normal Starfire before he desires, we could have just evenly right now, left them with whatever they want, normal the Starfire, and then steady hands her and use her effect to special summon out a Caspar and take control of this duel. So just because 3 stacks decided to normal summon Starfire first, I done played myself. So at this point, steady hand Starfire. Put her up to 26. Attack over the Apollouse. Attack over the Jackal King because he can negate destroy. You know, those go there. So he's gone, but Apollouse is still there. We can no longer break the board because 3 stacks decided to normal the Starfire. So next time I draw a hand with desires, just because you could potentially draw an evenly, hindsight, I'm not normaling a musket until it's time to play something in their column. So that hand was able to do it, but because I didn't play my cards right, I lost to myself. That was a good hand though. Let's see if we draw another one. Ooh. I'd like to see Cross Stomp, Desperado, you know. If I draw a bunch of muskets, give me a Crooked Crown in hand. Or let me see Fiendish Deal, because if they negate and destroy my musket effect, I could chain Fiendish Deal and keep it on board. Double Caspar. Evenly matched Chalice. Desires. Crooked Crown. Yay! Oh, it's like my deck answered me, but 2 of the same name, so I don't get multiple activations. Alright, cool, cool. So, obviously Shotgun and the Chalice, the same thing. I'm not playing with that. Chalice on him. Get this boy baited. Alright. Next thing we do here is main phase, battle phase. Evenly. Bait the Vortex. Then we go main phase 2. Normal the Caspar. Activate the Crooked Crown away from him. Use Crooked Crown's effect to special summon this Caspar. As a matter of fact, that's what I can do. Activate Crooked Crown in Caspar's zone. And then attempt his effect on res. Then you use Jackal King because you want to get rid of him off the field. Then I can chain Crooked Crown because it's a trap and it's during the main phase. And bring out a Caspar here. And then he'll die. And then I can follow up with desires. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 1, 2. Let's go. Let's go. We banished all 3 Kid Braves. Yep, that's wow. I'm sorry, Caspar. You have to be a sacrifice. And then we're gonna go ahead and get into max. We're gonna max just for 2. So what I do here is I would grab Cross Stomp and I would grab Desperado. Yep, Desperado and Cross Stomp. Oh, you know something that I forgot to do? I forgot to banish all the cards, so I'm actually only getting 1 card. I forgot to do that, my bad, when I evenly, I don't really feel like doing it though. So evenly matched, as a Pendulum player, if I'm getting evenly, I'm probably just going to keep my Vortex. Or matter of fact, I keep my Indy because he's still going to be hard to get over. So let's just pretend all this is gone. So we're keeping the Indy. So we're getting spells or traps, you know, same thing because keeping the Indy. So these are all banished. Indy's still there because he can't be destroyed, targeted or destroyed, and that's kind of like one of the smartest choices. If you have hindsight plays, you have enough scales, keep your scale, it doesn't matter. But either way, I'd say keep the Indy. And so then at that point, I'm only searching 1. So maybe I don't want to get the Desperado. I just forgot to banish that, so that kind of just flew right over my head, as you guys can clearly see. Yeah, I'd say give me. Oof. What would I need? Because I know for sure I could. The board's already broken. It's just Endymion left. So what I would have to do on my opponent's turn, so let's say we grabbed, you know, like Desperado, or even Fiendish Deal. Like it's either a Desperado or Fiendish Deal. So if we grab the Desperado, we obviously, Indy's just there. That's why it's smart to keep him, because Muskets can struggle to get over him. So we either keep the Desperado or the Fiendish Deal. And at that point, whichever one we keep, we'd end up trying to utilize this effect, especially during our opponent's main. They don't know we have Starfire. I'd save Indy for something that really, really hurts. So we'd be dropping the Starfire on their turn still with the Indy there, and we'd have either the Fiendish or the Desperado. I guess you keep the Desperado to pop scales that they potentially activate, but you'd have Chalice and Desperado that can't hurt him, but you could still activate Chalice in Starfire's column, and you could basically target your own max and then use her effect. Now if he negates the Chalice, then you could still attempt the Desperado, and what you'd end up having to do is target your own max, and then on res, you could use Starfire and use her to go ahead and bring out like your next musket that you need. At this point you're grinding, but you broke the board, that's what matters. So we're just trying to figure out like what will we do on after that, what, you know. But let's reset. And like I said, I slapped this board together. I didn't play through the hand or anything, so there are links in that grave. There's probably there could be a blue boy in the grave, you know, depending on what the player would have done. Like me making an Oppo, it's very unrealistic that there wouldn't be a link monster in the grave after making Oppo. I'm just saying, especially Oppo for 3. Clearly that means a link 2 was used and 2 other monsters to go Oppo for 3. So there's clearly monsters in that grave. Cross Dom, Doc. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Alright, there we go. There we go, there we go. Doc could actually be useful too, just adding from grave to hand after they got negated. So okay, we gotta play this out right. Starfire is just like super important. So the normal summon matters. So if because I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, if I normal Doc and I just activate this, that, and the third, you know, because I have 3 ways to clear. Like this is amazing, you know. We drew each one of these. So if I normal Doc and I went Chalice targeting Indy. No, actually I would go Desperado targeting Indy. Indy would respond. Then I go Chalice targeting Indy. And then Vortex would respond. Then I chain Cross Dom targeting Vortex. So then Vortex would be negated. Indy would be destroyed. And as the chain link resolves, Doc would attempt, but then he would die. Yeah, Doc would die. I still have a free activate. Okay. So I just gotta play this out right. So the normal summon of choice would be Starfire. Yeah, because no matter what, it could be negated. So let's just go with Starfire. Okay, let's normal Starfire. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to activate Forbidden Chalice, targeting Appaloosa. Or matter of fact, Forbidden Chalice targeting Jackal King. Indy responds, chaining his effect. Okay. Chain Desperado targeting Vortex. Vortex will respond. I'm trying to think about how I'll play it. So I'm not going to play it out. Actually, I'm just thinking like, okay, so let me just pretend this is in my head. So if I challenge Jackal King, right? So if I challenge Jackal King, Indy responds, and then I chain Desperado targeting Vortex. Vortex responds. Then I chain Cross Dom targeting Indy. The chain link will resolve with Vortex negating the Desperado. Indy being negated, Jackal King being negated, so all that's left is the Appaloosa. Ooh, so yeah, the normal summon is Doc. This is like all just playing out in the head. Okay, so the normal summon would be the Doc, because it's activating this column. The entire chain resolves. They go to grave. After it resolves, it goes to the grave, so these will all go to grave. Doc a trigger, and What got negated? Okay, the Desperado. Alright, let's do this. So, I'm going to go ahead and activate Chalice, targeting Jackal King. Indy responds. I'm going to chain Desperado, targeting Vortex. Vortex respond. I'm going to chain Cross Domination, targeting the Indy. He doesn't have his counters yet. So Indy's already responding to Chalice. This has to respond to Desperado. So this is just the order that I play it. So what's going to happen is Indy will be negated when the chain link resolves backwards. This will negate the Desperado. The Chalice will resolve, negating this. All of these will fall off to the grave, triggering Doc, and I activated the cross dom in Doc's column, so that it has to activate and then resolve basically. Oh, we'll activate it in this card's column, but basically, as the chain link resolves, separate chain Doc. Really, it doesn't have to resolve; it just has to activate, and it activated. And after the chain link resolves, these cards go to grave. You know, this is basically negated. Nothing's really destroyed. Then I can trigger Doc to add my Desperado, because cross dom was activating this column. Add my Desperado to hand. Its activation got negated. Oh, we did it. We did it, boys. We did it. All right, cross dom. Get out of here, Oppo. Let's go. Link for Max. All right, I just have to play it out right. So good thing, play it out in your head before you play it on the actual board. Me doing that was just trying to figure out, okay, what am I gonna do? All right, so Max. So remember how the chain link resolves. So basically, Chalice got to negate the Jackal King. So I Chalice the Jackal King. Indy respond to the Chalice. Then I chain Desperado, targeting Vortex. Vortex has to negate that to protect itself. And then I chain Cross Dom, targeting the Indy. So when the chain link resolves backward, Indy's negated and the Jackal's negated. And this got baited by the Desperado. Doc added the negated Desperado because it's a different name from what was in his column, the Cross Dom. And then I get to pop the Appaloosa because remember, activation got negated. You can only activate one. I can activate one again. Big Bang plays. And now I'm resolving Max for 3. And I have Starfire in hand, so this is about to be nuts. So I'm going to search Crooked Crown. I'm going to search another Cross Dom. And at this point, just go ahead and grab a Desperado. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to activate, or I can activate him for the monsters. The question is, can I OTK? Let me think that through. Because Starfire honestly is just going to generate her own kind of tempo. No, I can, this is the right way. Getting the spells and traps so I can actually trigger this, because I can go really, really far with the Starfire. So then we're going to go Crooked Crown, especially the Starfire out here, not in the same column. And then what I'm going to do here, yeah, we just need something that we can activate. What's something that we can activate? So instead of that, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Steady Hands. That's what I'm going to do. That's going to work out better for me. Because we have not used Battle Phase yet. So first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to, this zeroes out the attack and the defense. So I'm going to go ahead and activate Cross Dom in Starfire's column. Double or nothing for game, actually. Now that I thought about that, that's game. Double or nothing for game, Utopia double. Alright, let's go. Utopia double's not in the extra deck right now. This is poorly done, but yeah, I just realized that double or nothing for game. But if you main deck Dark Ruler no more, cut the double or nothing. But there's no Dark Ruler no more in here. Wow. But what I was thinking in my head as I was playing that out, I was like, okay, we're about to cross dom something, trigger the Starfire, bring out the Calamity, and then we're gonna activate something in Calamity's column, trigger Calamity, bring back Doc, and it's like the board is already looking so nice. And basically at that point, you could just go into so many different plays, but just alone the double or nothing play is just so cheesy. Like that was really, really nice, you guys. That was really, really, really nice. That was nice. And like I said, I'm just pretending like the double nothing's there, cause like I said, lazily, I didn't put anything back the way it should be because I did a build with Dark Ruler no more, so I took it out. But yeah, that's how that plays out. Especially if you know what you're doing as a Musketeer player. Yeah, we're playing double or nothing. As long as we're not playing Dark Ruler no more, double or nothing definitely. And I'm not playing Dark Ruler no more. Okay. So it's one. Just one so far. Alright. Well, there's 2, but this one you were able to break the board and OTK at the same time. Playing through 6 negates, you guys, and that had to be that big brain play with the Doc. That's too many muskets. That's way too many muskets, and then an activation that's like, ugh. Stand my main phase evenly. Bye. Battle phase evenly. It's gonna get negated. That's bounced to hand. Max is just a crazy card, you guys. Normal her. Desires gets negated. Because we still have a way to respond to Max with those, so I would absolutely negate the Desires with the Vortex. Because I could still negate Max with these. Dang, that sucks. The hand, you die. And no battle phase, so you're already playing under such a restriction. Dang. Chalice crossed down Desperado. Wow. Wow. I was sitting there like, wait a minute. Oh, no. Double or nothing. That's game. 0 or 0. Swing. Game. The cheese. Alright. Caspar, Desperado. Eagle Booster. Yes, you guys get to see my spice. Calamity. Yeah, that's the spice right there. Too many muskets. Too many muskets. Way too many muskets, you guys. Way too many. The hand already does the too many muskets. I'm playing 3 Dog, 3 Kid Brave, 3 Caspar, 3 Calamity, 3 Starfire, you know, and then 1 Calamity, 1 Wild. Man, I already know if these, for example, just would have been just like activations. It didn't even have to be like the best case scenario. Like even if it's just this, like any one other bait and just free activations could have just it would have been better. But just with these 3 cards alone, because those muskets aren't going to do you much justice, you'd obviously just normal activate Desperado, go for Endymion straight up, just like go after him right now. He's going to negate it. Okay, you link into Max, and at this point you're attempting Max's effect. They're going to use one of their monster negates. You chain Eagle Booster gets negated, you lose. So that hand wasn't going to do it. Too many muskets. Drawing like a good hand and a bad hand. Oh, come on, deck. Come on, Musketeers. Give me a good hand. Alright, so we got Dancing, alright. Chalice, Desperado, Pot. I was going to say, now you're going to give me no muskets? Starfire, and another Pot. Okay, I think we could pull it off. Well, it looks like we can get far with this for sure. Let me hold the Chalice for some Chain Link Wars. Okay, so let me think this through. So if I normal Starfire, I activate Desires in her column. Desires would get negated. Okay. I activate the second Desires in her column. I would still, honestly, I'll be on the fence. I'll be like, okay, if I let it resolve, is there anything he could even draw at that point that would help him? Or if we just didn't burn through that many resources and let 1 Desires get negated to bait the Endymion, then we could, in the same instance, chain Chalice to Indy, or better yet, chain Desperado targeting Vortex, force Vortex out to negate that, and Indy's responding to that. Then we would chain, before I actually do this, I'm just like, pretend this is in my head, then I chain Chalice targeting the this is tough, the Appaloosa or the Jackal King. So if we target the Jackal King, all that would be left is the Appaloosa, and then on resolution we'd attempt Starfire. The Appaloosa would be brought down to 16. I still can't swing over it, and then I'm left with a Desires. So maybe if I don't activate it, so I think I'm gonna have to burn 2 Desires. So this is gonna be like basically if Desires is gonna make or break it. So I'm just gonna activate Desires here, not even in the column. Pay my cost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would use Indy because I'm saving my Omni Negate. I'd be like, all right, dang. Can I chain Desperado? Target the Vortex. Vortex respond to Desperado. Chain Chalice targeting the Indy. Let's chain it in this column. No. Chain Chalice targeting the Indy. Bait that. Okay. So then, if I do that, let me think this through. Then this other Desires in my hand is dead. So let's chain Chalice targeting the Jackal King, because the Gate Destroy hurts more. So we do that, and basically all 3 of these get baited, but I lose a lot of cards to do so. And let me check the damage report on that Desires. I lost a Starfire. Okay, 1 Desperado, 1 Cross Down. I'm gonna Desires again. So this is negated. This has been baited because he attempted to negate Desires. I chained Desperado to destroy this. That negated it. Chain Chalice to him. Well, actually, Chain Chalice to that. So he does get his counter because it resolved, but this is negated, and all that's left is Oppo. So at that point, it's like, dang, come on, Starfire. I'm riding on this Starfire right now. Okay, so Desires. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Come on. What's the damage? On resolution, I am activating Starfire no matter what. I drew a cross down. I got lucky. I burnt through. This is not that bad. Do I have any Desperados left? Yes. Do I have any? Wait, let me check for Docs and Caspar. Oh, wow, that's really not that bad. I lost the level 4s, so, you know, no cheesy double or nothing, because double or nothing could happen right now, but Wild and Calamity went bye-bye, so they'd attempt the Oppo. I'd chain the Cross Dom for sure. Chain the Cross Dom, make him 0, and then I get to resolve my Starfire. Okay, I would go for Doc, because there's not really much left in deck, and if I thin out with Kid Brave, it still wouldn't really be worth it. I'd go for Doc. Has to be in defense. Dang. Surely I would thin out. Well, not thin out. This is crazy. My deck is so tiny. Dancing Needles. There's some spells. This is Pendulum. There's gotta be cards in their grave. And if not, I'll just target cards in my own grave. Target my Desire. You know. But either way, this is resolving. And then Doc would go ahead, since Cross Dom actually resolved, but this got negated, I'd add the Desperado back. And I can't add the same name what you activated, but you can add different names. And at this point, do I have enough monsters? When I looked for the Doc, I should have paid attention, but I only have 2 Muskets left. So is it going for the spells and traps, or am I going for monsters? Okay. Honestly, buy Starfire. Hello, Doc. Max. If I do monsters, I can get a bunch of spells and traps. I can grind it out. But the thing is, the spells and traps, I was able to look through my deck with Starfire. I just didn't really pay too much attention. All that's really left is, yeah, not much. So I would probably go for Swarm for 2. So, yeah. Those bad boys. Look at that, we did Ties of the Brethren, you guys. And then, this is so tough. Dang. Okay, Crooked Crown in the Caspar zone. Trigger Caspar, grab me a Desperado. It's just like, this is crazy. This is crazy. There's not much left to draw. I don't even want to risk it for the Kid Brave.